The first one is from Lagos State. Soldiers killed policemen for stabbing traffic violators. From Kogi State, police arrest mother for dumping baby in drainage. On economic hardship, Amechi questioned Nigerian silence amidst recession. On death sentence, EU, Council of Europe urged death penalty abolition. These are the issues we'll be looking at today. You can join us on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. Also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. We return after the short break. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. And joining me in this conversation this afternoon is Dr. Barido Thompson Okochi. He's a lecturer and senior administrative staff at Clifford University, Abia State. Welcome to today's Society Watch, Mr. Dr. Barido Thompson.
Thank you, Ima. Good afternoon. Been a while. How are you doing?
I'm beautiful. It's good having you on set.
I appreciate it. We praise God.
All right, the first story for today is from Lagos State. Soldiers from the Ojo Cantonment's barrack led by the unidentified colleague have allegedly stabbed a policeman, Inspector Saka Ganiyu, to death after he was accosted for driving against traffic near the Volbok stop along the Ojo Ijaya Ibal Road in Lagos State. According to the report, a soldier who was not in uniform and driving an unregistered T4 Volkswagen commercial bus was stopped by a police officer enforcing traffic laws. This led to the confrontation between the soldiers and the police. The soldier reportedly called for reinforcements from his colleague at the Ojo Cantonment Barrack, who then arrived at the scene and attacked the policeman. Inspector Ganio sustained several injuries during the assault and was rushed to the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital for treatment. Unfortunately, he later died while undergoing treatment, and his body was transferred to the hospital morgue for preservation and an autopsy. The commander of the 9th Brigade at Ikeja Cantonment was contacted, and the soldier responsible was taken into custody pending further investigation. However, the soldier identity has not yet been disclosed, as the homicide detective began a thorough investigation to ensure justice for the slain policeman. Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Ondihin did not respond to calls or messages for comment. Similarly, the spokesperson for the 81 Division Nigerian Army, Obabisi Iyeni, stated that investigations were ongoing but had not provided further information as of the time of reporting. The incident had two troubling patterns of violence between soldiers and policemen in Lagos State. In a similar case in August 2022, Inspector Orukpe Monday died after being tortured by soldiers in the trade fair area of Lagos, and the soldier reportedly frustrated by the traffic delay caused by the police officer confronted and attacked them, leading to Monday's death from the injuries sustained during the altercation. Soldiers killed police for stopping colleague driving against traffic. All right, Dr. Okochi, this is really disheartening. First of all, is it that the laws in our country is just for a common man? Does it mean that there are some persons are above the law? Now, a soldier has just stabbed a policeman to death because he actually stopped them from driving against the traffic, and you know the danger of driving against traffic. And to crown it all, he wasn't even on uniform, to show that, okay, maybe there could be an emergency or something else there. Is it that the soldiers are above the law? Because this is about a tough story that we have read where a soldier killed a policeman because they stopped them from driving against the traffic. That's what, Koshi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes, I'm with you.
All right. The story we just read now, where a soldier killed a policeman for stopping colleague from driving against the traffic. Could it be that some persons are above the laws in Nigeria? Because this is not the first one. We have read about 3 stories where soldiers actually killed policemen because they stopped them from driving against the traffic. And you know the danger of driving against the traffic. And to even crown it all, the soldier in question was not in uniform. Neither did he drive their vehicle.
What?
So what do you think about this?
Yeah, it's a very I thought you have reminded us that we have gone over this story several times. The issue is not those details. Those are not my work. You know, as a sociologist, I am more concerned with the root causes of issues that come up this way. Because if I keep clearing, I've said it over and over, if we keep clearing the cobweb, the spider comes back. So we need to go and get the spider. See, the structure of our country, Nigeria, is located Hello?
I can hear you. Continue, please.
Okay, yeah, I was saying that the structure of our country, the structure of Nigeria as a society is predicated on violence, conflict, impunity, lawlessness, corruption, self-help, all those negatives. It's a problem. That is why a soldier driving an unmarked vehicle, not on uniform, will go into the public and drive against the traffic. And then
well, this is quite disheartening because, I mean, soldiers, be it soldiers, policemen, Air Forces Marshal. I can hear you, Mr. Okochi.
yes, we need to reconfigure this country. It's not just about the laws. It's about our individual orientation. It's called citizenship orientation. Why the aggression? Why are Nigerians so aggressive against themselves? Where is the biblical maxim, be your brother's keeper? Why am I my brother's killer instead of my brother's keeper? So it's a multifaceted issue. We have structural defects in our society as a country, as a nation. We also have wrong citizenship orientation. How to care for each other. Other crimes don't do that. You don't just flare up and kill. Situational awareness. You see, when a policeman is on duty, all of a sudden he sees that vehicle driving against traffic and accosts him, and probably the man explains, I'm a soldier, I'm this and that. Immediately, the situational awareness senses will tell you, this is danger. I better handle it well. But if you insist on your right, you will go left. That's what a friend of mine told me. If you insist all the time on your right, you will go left. Who knows what must have happened? There was an altercation because the policeman said, this is my duty. The other one said, I'm a soldier. So it's escalated. Sometimes we can run away from trouble and leave to fight. And to go head on, make sure you fight, and at the end, you are the one.
All right, Dr. Okochi, we know that the sole aim of all the security agencies in our country is to protect lives and properties. But could it be that now it is different from what we know? The primary purpose of the existence of soldiers, is it now different from that of police? And we are complaining about insecurity in our country. If all the security agencies can't even work in synergy, can't even understand themselves, what is the possibility of protecting lives and property if they feel that one is more superior than another?
We don't have protection. Let's be clear. We don't have protection. Everybody lives in Nigeria by God's grace. It's a jungle. You survive in a jungle by law or by circumstances. You don't have a country that protects citizens. That's why these kind of things go on. And like I said before, people live by impunity, they live by lawlessness, they live by self-help. We need to rearrange, reconfigure, recalibrate the country. Otherwise, we will just be this way. It's a jungle.
Well, may the soul of the policeman who died rest in perfect peace. Nigerians, it's more like you are going to be your own security personnel. because something's supposed to happen and then they call the army, call the police, call the Air Force, call as many agencies we can to be able to protect lives and properties. But we have gotten to a regime where our soldiers feel they are more superior to police, and police feels that they are more superior to soldiers, to the army. So at this point now, the security personnel are the ones fighting themselves. So who is going to protect others? Who is going to protect lives and properties if they can't even understand themselves? This is a serious problem that the government needs to come into. They need to reorient these people again to understand the reason why they are putting on that uniform, that is not just for formality's sake. The reason they are carrying that gun, it is not for formality's sake. It's for the sake of protection of lives and property. But when you start fighting and killing yourselves, what will the common man do? All right, and the next story for today is from Kogi State. Housewife Bakesu Solomon has been arrested by residents of Karaworo, Lokoja, for allegedly throwing her newborn baby into a drainage ditch. She was apprehended on Tuesday following a tip-off from a woman in the Kabawa area of Lokoja, who is said to have a close friend of a suspect, according to the city and crime reports. Moved by the condition of the abandoned baby, her friend went to an elderly man in Karawara, Lokoja, and confessed to him about Bakisu's crime. The residents of Karaworo, Lokoja, who spoke on condition of anonymity, said the friend revealed that Bakisu had previously mentioned carrying a 7-month pregnancy for one of her allies' husband's servants residing in Adankolo, Lokoja. It was also reported that the alleged father of the baby, who is currently at large, denied responsibility for the pregnancy and advised her to terminate it. Bakisu allegedly confessed to throwing her 1-day-old baby into the gutter because she had cheated on her alliance husband. Paul Ajibuke, the Kogi State Commandant of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, confirmed her arrest on Wednesday, citing she is in our custody and an investigation is underway. Dr. Okochi, this is another issue that a lot of persons are battling with. There are people that are praying to God to give them children. And then we also have those who deliver babies and throwing them in the drainage or in the trash or in the dustbin or wherever, or in a pit toilets. Should we say that government should come to our heads? And looking at this Bakisu to start with, why would she even go ahead to cheat on her husband? And that wasn't enough. She was able to carry the pregnancy for 7 months. And that wasn't enough. Even when the man in question said, terminate this baby, how come she didn't go ahead to do it? And now she gave birth and threw the baby, this baby, in a gutter. What do you think about her action?
Well, Emma and the viewer, the issues are beyond throwing a child in the gutter. That is wrong, but the issues are beyond that. The details that are these, if we can recap. Bakisu is married, but the husband is ailing, meaning he's sick. The implication is that he's not able to carry out his conjugal rights, conjugal duties, and here is a young woman who is still vibrant, having blood and veins and cells and tissues. She's alive. Body mechanisms are going on. So she, in seeking to satisfy herself, got in touch with her husband's servant. So there's a level of familiarity. That's what she does to be able to take care of the project, to satisfy herself. But sexual, but I'm still married. Because of that, I cannot keep this baby. Otherwise, I will lose my integrity as a married. These are sociological matters that individuals just continue to play games around. She knows that pregnancy out of marriage is wrong, but she's also in trouble in the sense that the man she's married to is sick and is not able to perform. So she goes out, and then the result is pregnancy. So she's seeing the baby as a form of guilt. I'm guilty for having pregnancy. So how do I deal with this? I'm not put to shame. So what she's thinking of is to dispose of the child quietly, not to kill the child. If she wanted to kill the child, she would have killed. But drop the child in the gutter where she knows since he rescued the child, and she will escape that burden. But unfortunately, it did not work the way
Dr. Okochi.
And now she is.
Dr. Okochi, I'm trying really hard to understand your analysis, because this woman realized that she was pregnant, and the person in question that impregnated her told her to terminate the baby. She didn't. She carried the child for 7 good months, and she was still advised to the pregnancy. She refused. Why would she carry pregnancy for if she knows that she cheated on her husband and her conscience is dealing with her? She carried the pregnancy from day one, deliver the baby, and you were telling me that she didn't have killing the baby. Why didn't she take the baby to the motherless baby home? Why didn't she give it to someone? Why didn't she drop it in someone's let's say compound? But she rather took the baby to gutter. How do you explain dropping a day-old baby in a gutter, and you are telling me she didn't intend to kill him or her? How? Make me understand, Dr. Okochi.
It's a very simple. It's not something we need to overstretch. It's a very simple thing. If she wanted to kill the child, we would have just been told that she killed the child. Well, what she's doing is she's managing her situation. She's managing her shame. Now, what I'm doing is to analyze. I'm not excusing her. We need to, first of all, analyze issues before we proffer solutions. Because we're going to proffer solutions to things like this. But let's analyze. Managing her shame, managing her guilt. Those are the things. She doesn't want blood, innocent blood in her hands. So she doesn't want to snuff out life from the child. At the same time, she doesn't want to be responsible for this burden as it were. So drop it in the gutter. Some other person will find this child, and she knows that it has happened before. You drop a child, somebody finds it, and then the burden is away. But unfortunately, it didn't go the way it has gone. So this is an analysis. What you should be asking me now is, what do we do? And I can proffer solutions. What do we do?
So, Dr. Okochi, what should we do?
Exactly. You see, Nigerians should learn that there are consequences. Things may not always work the way you smartly handle. And just like in that, it's a ways of putting people around constructively. But you see, it's orientation. She doesn't have the orientation. She's more concerned about handling her guilt and covering her shame, that she does not. These things have been handled in a very more constructive manner. That's what you are suggesting, and that's what I agree. In case of next time, I don't pray that she will do it again next time. But in case any viewer, anybody is listening, these are ways to always think of constructive ways of handling issues. Things must not be done in such a debilitating, throw away the child. What if a ferocious animal picked the child? Or what if maybe a crocodile or probably a snake crawled into the water? Those things. So people should think of consequences before they take actions. But like we have said, thank God that the child has been rescued. Let's hope that that child will grow to become one of the citizens of this country, to lead this nation.
All right, thank you so much. And this is an advice to potential mothers out there, or mothers. If you know that, pregnancy comes when you did not prepare for, and you are ready to carry the pregnancy for complete 9 months and deliver the baby in sound health, you don't have to kill. You don't have any rights to take life. Think of a solution. There are so many solutions out there, and not to suck life out of the baby. On economic hardship, former Minister of Transportation Rotimi Amechi has expressed disappointment with the Nigerians' public response to this nation's current economic challenges, noting that he expected more visible reaction, particularly from the youth. Amechi lamented the high cost of living and rising fuel price, emphasizing the economic pressure citizens are facing. He remarked on the rising calmness exhibited by Nigerians, saying, "I expected more agitation, especially from the youth. I thought we would see protests in the street, but it seems people are not expressing the kind of anger I expected." Amechi, who served as the Minister of Transportation for nearly 8 years under Muhammadu Buhari's administration, has been vocal about his concern regarding the economy. He pointed out the lack of significant public pushback despite the soaring cost of living, stating, "You cannot have a situation where a group of people are mismanaging resources and expect citizens to remain silent. I am truly baffled by the lack of action." Using Edo State as an example, he mentioned the appropriateness of political campaigning in the current economic climate. The price of diesel is at an all-time high, and even some of us are finding it difficult to afford it. Yet the general public seems unmoved, he added. Wow! Dr. Okochi, this is from the former Minister of Transport, talking about Rotimi Amechi, the former governor of Rivers State. He's saying that what he expected from the youth is beyond his doubt, that he was thinking that people are going to be so aggressive about what is going on in the country. And you could recall that the youth had earlier hit the street on protest. Majority of youth were out there protesting because of the economic challenges, pouring out their grievances. At the end of the day, the president came out with some beautiful speech that did not address the protest. And Amechi is saying that he expected the kind of anger he expected the youth to pour out there. He has not seen it. What exactly is he talking about? Do you keep pressing for something that no matter how much you press, the person you're trying to get the response from is not giving you the right response? Wow, so this is from the former governor, like I said. He's saying that youth are not doing enough. Maybe the protest for him wasn't enough. Even the that was fearless protest. Nigerians did not go out because maybe some of them were actually afraid of being arrested, or that the president is not going to say anything. So youth just keep on protesting and nothing happened. But when Amechi said the kind of anger he expected youth to pour out there, he has not seen it. Was he expecting them to... All right, Dr. Okochi, what do you think about this?
Well, I don't know. Are you able to hear me?
I can hear you clear.
It's okay. I have read and I've also just asking for trouble. He wants people to be angry. What about himself? Can't he be angry? Can't he lead the protest? Can't he show by example? What stops him? First of all, there are several avenues he can address the hardship that he's talking about publicly. Write a column, Why is he not writing? I mean, he should write. Two, President Tinubu is part of his party. Amici is in APC. It's a party, it's an intra-party thing. Go to Abuja as a former minister, book an appointment with the president. Why are you shying away from that? Why are you calling on youth to do what you have done? Then the third one is, why is he not leading? Gather some youth. Ghani was leading. Kudirat, Abiola, they were leading, they were in the forefront. Femi Falana now is in the forefront. Femi Falana, we were told, when Nigeria Labour Congress's president was arrested, Femi Falana being the lawyer, went to the DSS. But you lead to sit somewhere in an interview on the TV, radio, and say, I'm angry that
as it stands now, Nigerians, this is from the former governor of Rivers State. Since the beginning of subsidy removal, the former governor, Rotimi Amechi, has not said anything, has not come out to address the people. The issue of subsidy removal now is something that individual can actually help the masses. As long as you are capable, you can. But Amechi has not come out so far to say something. Even when the youth protested on August 1st to 10, we didn't hear his voice. And when they call on fearless protest on 1st October, we didn't hear his voice. And now he's coming out to say that Nigerians are not pouring out their anger enough. They are not doing enough. What exactly is he expecting Nigerians to do? He's one of the elites that can actually help one or two. So far, as he provides solution to the people out there, well, that is for you to answer. But he's expecting the youth to do more, to be more angry. How angry does he want them to be? Those that try to show a little bit of maybe exactly what he's talking about, they ended in the cell. And then he wants them to get angry. Well, what do you think about Amechi's opinion? You can drop it on the comment section. Let's go on the next story on death sentence. European Union and the Council of the Europe issued a joint call on Wednesday for a global abolition of the death penalty, condemning it as inhumane and a violation of human dignity. In a statement ahead of the European and World Day Against the Death Penalty on August 10th, the two institutions reiterated their firm opposition to capital punishment in all circumstances, urging a few remaining states still conducting execution to impose a moratorium as the first step towards abolition. Josep Borrell, the EU's High Representative, and the Alain Berset, Secretary General of the Council of Europe, expressed concern over the continued use of the death penalty in some countries despite global progress towards its eradication. They noted that over 2/3 of the world's nations have abolished the death penalty in law or practice, and that the number of countries conducting execution in 2023 had fallen to a record low. However, the statement identified China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, and the United States as the top executioners. It highlighted that Iran accounted for 74% of all recorded executions. The statement also raised concern about hydrogen hypothia, a new execution method in the United States, and noted that the Belarus remained the only European country still practicing capital punishment. The EU and the Council of the European challenged the nation and the death penalty meta crime, pointing to research showing it has little or no impact on crime reduction. They warn that capital punishment makes miscarriages of justice irreversible. Both institutions committed to combating narrative in favor of Iran introduction the death penalty, even in parts of the European, and pledged to support civil society and engage younger generation to promote its abolition worldwide. The death penalty is a relic of the past and should have no place in the 21st century. It must be abolished now, and the statement concluded. All right, well, this looks like a good news. It looks like a welcome development. The EU and the European Union has come up to say that they should abolish this death penalty, because so far it has not reduced the level of crime in the country. Somewhere like Iran, they've recorded about 74% of death penalty executed so far. But the issue of crime, the issue of corruption in the country is still on the high. Dr. Okochi, what do you think about this? Do you see this as a welcome development or not? Well, I think there is a little obstruction there. All right, like I said, Nigerians, do you see? Okay, Dr. Okochi, you want to say something?
Yes, I'm here. It's a network fluctuation.
All right.
The challenge. Yes, can I go ahead?
Go ahead, please.
Can I go ahead?
Go ahead, I can hear you.
The challenge we have is
Oh, it's quite unfortunate we cannot continue with Dr. Okochi because of a little obstruction out there. Dr.
Yes. Yes.
Dr. Okochi, we are definitely going to continue this conversation after today, but for now, I want to say very big thank you for joining me on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. I am Imaklata Ibrikana. You can join us on Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. Also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Good afternoon.